think we are all set to go here. Yeah, looks like everything's all nice and rolling. Yep, okay, perfect. So, yeah, getting up early this morning because, let's face it, we still have a lot of work to do here in this game. We may have found one of the twins yesterday, our first of 4, actually make that 5 scions that we needed to rescue here in the first world. But we gotta keep going, because we still have to help out Alice as well, as she tries to deal with the situations going on here in the desert realm of Amarang. So hey there, Elizabeth, and to everyone else that's just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here today. So, greetings people of the world, Matthew back with you here at Novaura Autism for the start of Day 2 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. So, as I mentioned, we're here with Alice and her new friend Tesleen here in Amarang. Specifically, we are at a location called the Inn at Journey's Head. This is where people such as Tesleen care for people who are afflicted, as it were. But you'll understand what that is if you didn't catch last night's stream soon enough. So yeah, what do you say we'll be getting on the road here? So since all these side quests have opened up, we're going to be taking those on shortly. But first, we're going to make a detour back to a place that just had a opportunity to do a run for side quests earlier pop up. And this one is going to be for an Aether Current. So we'll take care of this one first, as well as the subsequent quests that are associated with it. Hey Joshuka, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So yeah, back over here in Mordsuk, the first settlement we visited, we're going to be speaking with Gen Gen here. And he belongs to one of this place's version of the kobolds, but here in this first world, the beast tribes are all the good guys, for some reason, but hey, I won't complain about that. It's good to see them living in peace. So, let's speak with Gen Gen here to take on the level 70 side quest entitled Work to Live or Live to Work. Gen Gen is fidgeting even more than usual.
Greetings, friend. You like helping people, yes? Mayhap you can help me too. You see, my son, Gungan, makes me very proud but very worried. He works very hard, too hard for his own good. He follows orders, yes, follows them until someone tells him to stop. This is very dangerous, bad for his health. I need you to speak to him, persuade him to rest. He should be near the Red Sarai, probably leaving no stone unturned in his search for relics. Please tell him his father orders him to stop.
Yeah, sounds like a young man with a lot of ambition. But if we're going to be going out in the field, we're going to have to suit up for battle. Because you can be guaranteed that we're going to have something like that going down, so let's go ahead and roll out. Oh, that's nice, and also that's nice to hear that you're going on vacation for a while there, Elizabeth. Yeah, you're heading out tomorrow for 4th of July weekend. Yeah, tomorrow is the 4th of July over in the US, so yeah, perhaps you shouldn't be surprised that there are going to be people who are going to be taking the time off. And that will likely include Final Fantasy XIV players who picked up the game on day 1 and pretty much want to dedicate the entire weekend to playing the game. Hey Veronique, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So we're gonna go ahead and find where this little guy is. Once stole the scorpions and the giant cactuars. Yeah. Here's Gun Gun. Yeah, all the way here in the corner. Let's go ahead and say hello to him.
Search the nooks, search the crannies, search high, search low.
Hello there.
Oh, sorry, I did not see you there. Are you lost?
Actually, we're not quite lost.
Father says I must rest. That will not do. No. I will stop, but not yet.
Well, your father's ordering you, though.
I need something to show for my efforts. All this scrabbling, all this searching, and still no shinies. You came here to tell me to stop, but if I refuse, your job will not be finished, will it? That will not do either. Wait, I have an idea. If you help me find shinies, my job will be over, your job will be over, and I can rest. Simple, yes?
You're like, really? That's the angle you're going with? And why are we looking over there? Oh, he's looking past the tent.
Look under that rubble and whatever is there is to be found. Maybe it will be valuable, maybe not. Either way, let us keep searching until we at least get one shiny.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, especially if she needs to be taken care of. So I gotta search in 3 specific spots. Check over here. And we get nothing. And then over here. And we still haven't found anything. And finally, we found a signet ring. Alright. Now we finally got something. Yeah, of course it was going to be the furthest spot away. Yeah, of course it was going to be like that. So let's go and pay visit to Gun and let him know we got something for him.
What did you find? Not more rubble, I hope.
Well, we have this.
Oh, this looks very special. Such pretty patterns. I have never seen one like this before. But how much is it worth? I'm an expert in finding shinies, not a historian. Perhaps we should ask someone. Once we sell it, we'll divide the profits between us. We worked as a team, so half for you, half for me. Fair is fair.
So we'll pick up the Aether Currents, but of course, since these Aether Current quests are typically associated with going on a chain quest, let's go ahead and take Gun's next quest entitled Moored of the Ring. Gun is thrilled by the signet ring you have discovered.
Such a pretty ring, almost too precious to sell. Almost. We will ask a friend of my father's how much it is worth. He is a good man, we can trust him. Well, as much as we can trust anyone that my father would call a friend. Anyway, let us meet in Morg Sook. Once we are done, we can discuss your reward.
Alright.
Only thing sweeter than a handful of shinies is a purse full of jinglies.
Well, he's certainly enthusiastic about all this. But seriously, do we have to keep using Rome mythal terminology? Alright, and thus we've returned. So let's go and pay visit to Gun. Hello there.
Very close he is. This way.
And so, away over here we will go. And there's the scrupulous trader that he wants to speak with. What have you got for me tonight?
I'm not sure, but it is a very lovely shiny. Here, take a look.
Let me see. My word, this is exquisite. Judging by the sigil, I'd say this originates from Nabatha Ring. You'll need to find an expert in that period to ascertain its true value, though.
You mean you do not know?
Yeah, don't you? Sorry, Gun, but the chap at the cart near the south gate might be able to help. White hair, smells of cabbage. Cabbage.
Then we shall ask him. Thank you for your kind advice. Smells like cabbage, eh? He should be easy to find in that case.
Alright then. Yeah, they grow cabbage around here? Also, I drove the wrong way. Yeah, I guess they have to get their cabbage from elsewhere. And so, down over here, and we shall make our way to the antiquities dealer and see what he has to say. May I help you? Yes, you can.
Please, tell us what this old ring is worth.
Oh, I have not seen one of these in a very long time.
Well, what is it?
This is no simple ring. See that sigil? Used to seal letters, it was. The owner must have been someone quite important. But you'd best speak with Jamal if you want to know who it belonged to. If you want to know about crests and such, he's the one to ask.
Not again. I just want my jinglies. Hopefully Jamal will be the last one we have to ask.
Well, let's hope you're right. But we'll know in a moment. But yeah, I am noticing a lot of people since early access started who are looking for new free companies to go and join. Yeah, I've seen a lot of more people just going and freelancing and whatnot. Hey there, Jamal. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you certainly look like someone who knows about history. Now, what could you two spry younglings need from an old man like me? Well, this notably.
We want to know how much we can get for this signet ring. Please tell us. The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, here you go. So what's it all about? Where did you get this? It belonged to a Malik of Nabatharang. Meaning,
oh, that sounds very valuable indeed. So, how much?
To a historian, it is priceless. In all likelihood, there is only one such ring in existence. Though I'm afraid that to the layman unversed in ancient sigils, it is worth no more than any other signet of a similar age. Anyone in Nabatharang with even a modicum of wealth would have had one bearing their mark.
So it is priceless but also not worth very much? I am confused.
And so,
it looks like we will not be running in riches after all. I am very sorry to attract you around Mordsuk for nothing. But as we always say, no such thing as a thing no one needs, and hard work is its own reward. Something like that anyway. While your compass may be no heavier than before, you have learned an important lesson. At least I think so.
So we'll take our experience in our guild. And so, thank you very much. But Gun is not done with us because, of course, this is a chain-themed quest. So let's go ahead and take on his next quest entitled Nabath Breakdown. Gun is finally ready to obey his father's orders to take a well-earned rest.
Now that the business with the ring is over, I should rest as I said I would. Then your promise to my father will be fulfilled.
Actually, there is something I would like to discuss with you. I am in no rush, however, so let us speak again after your repose.
Ah, my curiosity, it is piqued. Please, you must tell me now. I can rest while I listen.
Oh, well, if you insist. So do tell. I would like you to help me search for more relics from Nabatharang. If my suppositions are correct, I may know where many such artifacts are waiting to be uncovered. I base this claim on my knowledge of the routes chosen by the Malik when he led his people's exodus from the Flood of Lights. Although many tried to take their most prized possessions with them, it soon became apparent that such burdens would only hinder their escape. Each household discarded their personal treasures one piece at a time. By following the exact path traveled from Nabatharang, we will be able to unearth many more priceless treasures. What say you? Will you lend me your aid?
Of course! And now that I have finished resting, I am ready to start digging!
You are quite sure?
I am! Shinji, you should come too. You have already found one of these shinies. Maybe you can find some more.
You will be amply remunerated for your efforts, even if there are no profits to be made from the sale of the items themselves. I too am a proponent of the motto, honest pay for honest work. Now, shall we get to it?
We should go before my father tries to stop me. Honestly, there's no such thing as working too hard. Oh wait, where are we going?
The first location is to the east of the Inn of Journey's Head. Allow me to lead the way. Alright, so at least we know where we're warping to. So we're going back to where Alice is, but we're not going to be going back to do the side quest there just yet. Okay, and so we've arrived. And let's be on our way. So, you know, we'll get on out of here and then try and find where those two are. Yeah, it's as beautiful as the crystals are, we know that they also spell doom for everyone in this place. Hey, Jamal. As I recall, there should be a few artifacts scattered around this area. The first items to be discarded were those of little value or simply too cumbersome to be carried over long distances. However, we can assume that many were buried so that they could be recovered later. Therefore, it seems logical that landmarks, such as large outcrops and so forth, will be used to indicate their position.
Less talking, more digging. I want to find the shinies.
Alright, so, you know, gonna start by searching around here. And see if we can't find something of value. Now, we're certainly digging at it for a while. So we find a dirt-encrusted shield.
Lots of lovely shinies over here. What have you got?
We got this.
Oh, a great big shiny. Is this a dinner plate? Jamal, what is this?
Yeah, let's have a look. A Helix shield. The 5 coins above a castle represent each of the great houses of Nabatharang. So kind of like the high houses of Ishgard?
Coins? Is that because they were rich?
Precisely. The capital attracted trade from across Novaura, and much of the wealth found its way into their coffers. Such a booming economy was not built overnight, however. Although Nabatharang was largely established by humans, the harsh desert environment meant that they had to rely on the aid of neighboring peoples. It was the Mord who taught them how to safely traverse the barren plains, methods for finding sustenance, and much besides. They were also respected partners in matter of commerce. The Nabath owed a great deal to your ancestors, Gun.
I never knew.
History is all around us if we know where to look. Which reminds me, the next location I would like to search is not far from here. This way, if you please. Alright, let's go check out the next section. And away we go. Yeah, going around past Scissor Jaws here. Yeah, we're gonna get right up close and personal with the light wall. So yeah, here's where the cutoff is pretty much. Hey, Jamal. I have reason to believe that more artifacts are resting beneath these ruins. Please take the utmost care with any that you discover, as some may be fragile. Alright. So let's check over here. Try and find something. We have a sand-caked statue to complete this quest.
Nothing but bricks and sand. Have you had better luck?
We have this for you.
I know what this is. A decorative Mort's head sculpture. Making these is one of our many traditions. But what is it doing here?
Yeah, maybe you can explain that, Jamal? We may surmise that it once kept in the pristine palace of Amalik. It once housed tokens of friendship from allied peoples. That the Malik brought such gifts so far from Nabatharang is proof of their cultural significance. However, when the Nabath and the Mord first came into contact, there were many disagreements.
I do not understand. We Mord hate arguing. The art of negotiation is one of our many traditions.
Yes, I dare say that was a decisive factor in these disparate peoples finding common ground. And yet the Mord live on while the Naboth are no more. Hopefully we'll uncover yet more valuable insights to the past at our final excavation site. And may I say your work thus far has been nothing short of exemplary.
Please save your thanks to when we have finished. There is still much to be done, more treasures to be found.
And so, yeah, he said that there's one more excavation site he wants us to visit, so let's go ahead and visit it by taking on the final quest in this chain quest entitled Semi-Automatic. The Gun can barely contain his excitement at the prospect of yet more digging.
I want to dig! When is the next spot, Jamail?
West from here, close to the Naboth Severance.
Then what are we waiting for? Must hurry!
And so we shall. And so away we go. Oh, look out. Yeah, I guess that's appropriate that for Americans that the day before the 4th of July I am driving in a car that's playing country music and looks like something that would come from the United States. Yeah, I guess it does make a lot of sense. Yeah, just gonna wrap around the back, ignore the zombies, and make our way over here. Yeah, here they are. So let's check it out. What are we gonna get? Well, we have to go into cutscene for this one.
Not yet, but every handful of dirt I sift brings me closer to the shinies!
Yeah, so enthusiastic he is. Gun, there is something I'd like to ask you.
Yes, I'm listening. Working, but listening.
Why do you go to such lengths to help me? You have barely had a moment's rest since we first began, yet you set about your digging like a man possessed.
What can I say? I love the work, that is all. Maybe that is not such a good answer? I mean, I'm a Mord of Mord Sook. This is our way.
Is that so?
No such thing as a thing no one needs. And you need these treasures, yes? Then I will find them for you. Helping each other, helping outsiders, it makes no difference. A job well done is a source of great pride for Mord.
Now I see why the Naboth valued your ancestors' friendship so highly. Oh, really?
Oh, I have found something.
Yeah, what exactly did we uncover?
A tube? Wait, there is a lid. Let me open it. Ah, something is inside. Jamail, what is this?
Yeah, do tell. What the? Where did he go? Yeah, where did he go? He just vanished into thin air. Uh-oh. Gun?
But I wanted to show him the treasure. Of all the times to go for a stroll. Can you go and look for him? You'll see further from higher ground, and I will wait here and guard the relic.
Yeah, hopefully he's not gone far. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Well, if nothing else, we're picking up another Aether Current. And we're gonna have to fight for it. And it doesn't matter who we fight as long as we're fighting. Now bring it on, fool! No mercy! Now we're gonna take you out. Yeah, you little lizard are about to get scaled. Or descaled, or however the term goes. Anyway, let's attune to the Aether Current. And having done that, let's go over and check for Jamal. So time to assess the area, see if we can't find him. Jamal is nowhere to be seen. You had best report your fightings, or lack thereof, to Gun. And so we gotta go back. Yeah, not the best time to vanish into thin air, is it? Oh, why pull one when you can get two? Alright, they're walking away. Back over to Gun.
So what happened to him?
We have no idea.
Oh, you do not know? Oh, this was ill indeed. When you were gone, I inspected the treasure. Inside was a scroll which shows the Nabath royal family tree, and the last Malik's name was Jamal.
Wow, that's crazy.
Which can only mean one thing, that he is really the last Malik's ghost. He must have needed someone to find his final treasure so that he could pass into the afterlife. We must inform Father. If there are ghosts wandering around, he needs to warn everyone.
But if he was a ghost, how was he able to hold all those treasures? Oops. And I keep pressing wrong buttons. It's back towards Sook. Yeah, this is definitely weird. Get some water in me when we're good to go here. Let's go find where the father and son are. Looks like we're going to find them just outside the gates. Hey, Gun.
I am not sure what Father will make of these goings on, but I must tell him what we saw. Or rather, what we did not see.
And so let's follow him back into town.
Shinji, you have been assisting my son with his work, yes? This is true, Father, but we have grim tidings.
Or do you? Master Kengen, might I have a... Ah, there they are. Yeah, Jamal, where did you go? Whatever is the matter? Yeah, you scared us half to death.
Do not come any closer.
Excuse me?
Keep away from me, spirit.
I beg your pardon. I may rather be long in the tooth, but I am still very much alive, I assure you. Yeah, I can check if you want, but yeah, he thinks you're dead. So you came to the conclusion that I was a ghost of the lost Malik on the basis that we have the same name? Perhaps we had best put this misunderstanding down to an overactive imagination. Jamal the Ninth, the last Malik, was my grandfather. I was named after him, which makes me Jamal the 10th.
So you are Nabath royalty? It all makes sense now. I think. But why did you disappear like that?
I tried to tell you that I was going to return to Mord Sook to prepare your award, though it seems you did not hear me, or that scrabbling around in the dirt must have drowned out my voice. Yeah. A Mord who's just too determined.
Oh, sorry about that. I will listen harder from now on.
In any case, I am incredibly grateful to both of you. I have learned much of my people and their exodus from the flood.
But there must be many, many more shinies for us to find. And that is not all. I want to know more about the history of the Mord and their friendship with the Nabath. It is my duty as future leader of Mord Sook. We cannot leave the treasures buried under the desert or let the stories of our ancestors be forgotten. Let us work together to honor the past.
Yeah, determined as always. Master Gengen, you have raised a fine son.
And he will be a great leader one day, if he can avoid working himself into an early grave.
Yes, indeed. Gun, there are many relics waiting to be discovered, but there is no need to rush. They will not crumble away to nothing while you are resting. Come, we have much to discuss. Yeah, such enthusiasm. And we're glad we could help you out and make a new friend in the process.
Oh, Gangan, what are your manners? Shinji, I am sorry. He has forgotten to express his gratitude. Please, allow me on his behalf. Thank you. But I was wondering, between all of that digging, did he find time to rest?
Yeah, we're not even going to attempt to answer that question. So, we'll take our experience, skill, plus choice of food, and just like before, last night, we are going to take the grilled rail because that's the only one meant for the Dragoon. Yeah, he just shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know. And so now, with all the Mord Sook quests finished, we can now go back over to the Inn at Journey's Head and start doing their side quests as well. And so, yeah, there we go. That's how the opening of Day 2 of Shadowbringers unfolded. Yeah, I knew from last night that it was a quest that I wanted to start the day off with. And as I'm sure you'll agree, it was quite an interesting foray out into the desert with Gun, knowing that we had to try and help him out, even at great cost to himself. But yeah, that little guy has a work ethic that I think people in the real world should take note of. Like that is very impressive to see a young Mord like him have such a strong work ethic. Okay, we'll see you later there, Elizabeth. But yeah, it was definitely worth it to go on the journey and see just how strong and determined they are to do the jobs that they are assigned. So yeah, we'll just chill out for a while until my audio card is rendered. And yeah, while we have time to kill, we might as well go back over to Journey's Head. I can really feel my heart pounding quite heavily right now. Hopefully that's not a sign of something bad. Alright, wait until the audio card finishes rendering and then we're all good to go. Alright. Okay, it all looks good, so everything's fine, so we can continue. Alright, so we have returned to the Inn at Journey's Head, where it's now time to take on the side quests that are around here. So we have a total of 4 of them to look at, so we'll start over here with Wenrick. Yeah, a fellow Aura, and we'll get his quest entitled Absent Without Leave. Wenrick has more than his share of concerns, the morale of his chief among them. Do you have a moment? Please keep this to yourself, but one of my men has been acting strangely of late. As I'm sure you can appreciate, there are certain things that the guards here, myself included, may not wish to discuss openly. I hoped that you as an outsider may be able to find what is troubling him. He is currently stationed a short distance south from here. If you could lend him your ear, I would be most grateful. Alright, we can do that. Speak with a timid guard, huh? Well, here's my question. If he's timid, why is he guarding things? The fun times of leveling Fisher. Well, it's definitely something that encourages patience for sure. Yeah, it definitely requires a lot of it. Hey you, sir. What's going on? What brings you all the way out here? Well, your superior was worried about you. So you've been talking to Wenrick? Well, if you must know, I was thinking about leaving this place. It was all getting too much for me, and I felt like I was losing my mind one day at a time. Me and one of the others were planning on making a clean break, putting the inn behind us. But after seeing you and Alice, I changed my mind. I'm staying here, at least for the time being. Could you give a message to my friend? He was the one I was going to run away with. A guardian chap. I'm not sure exactly where he'll be, but the watchman southeast of the inn should know. Tell him that I'm staying. I'd go myself, but I can't abandon my post. Please, I've got to let him know. And so now we're off. Well, it's good to know that you got all that stuff done there, Trishuka. So now going to a nonchalant watchman. Yeah, I guess that kind of says it in a nutshell, doesn't it? So let's go around and make our way over to where he is. And gonna be chilling out over here. Hello there. Guardian bloke on patrol? You just missed him, I'm afraid. Said he wanted a breath of fresh air, so he went for a stroll. I tried telling him the air's no fresher up there than it is here, but would he listen? Would he bollocks? Anyway, last I saw he was heading north. And so the search continues. Yeah, let's see if we can't find this guy. We'll try and avoid the lizards, of course, as well as the giant ants. If at all possible. So yeah, somewhere over here. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Yeah, maybe these two know something about it. I remember you. One of Alice's friends. Yeah, that's right. Staying? I thought so. That's why I left by myself. Reckon I'd get a bit further before being attacked by beasts, though. Just my bloody luck. Can you tell him I went alone, that I got away? Wouldn't want him to blame himself. It's my own fault. He was set on staying, but I talked him into leaving. I should have listened. Yeah, not good. So now we gotta go back. Yeah, we gotta go back and find the timid guard and try and lie to him. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Let's do everything we can to roll on over and see what we can't do in regards to this matter. And let's also make sure we can, as much as possible, try and avoid dealing with the bad guys. Yeah, get around behind the watchtower and we'll go ahead and meet up with him again. Hey there, we're back.
So did you give him the message?
He left that meringue by himself or he's gone. Yeah, we'll say he left by himself. Well, I'm glad he didn't stay on my account. I wouldn't want to hold him back finding him a new life elsewhere. Still, I stand by my decision. It's the right thing to do, I know it. Come to think of it, Wenuk is probably wondering what's going on. If it's not too much to ask, would you mind speaking with him? Yeah, I think we can. So back to the inn. And then we'll complete this challenge. But yeah, it does end with a sad story, unfortunately. Hey there. Is that so? It is better that both of them are being killed. We should be thankful for small mercies. In any case, I appreciate what you have done for us. And so, that quest is done. Now we'll move on to the next one. And your name is Voin? Well, it's a good thing your name isn't Vain. So let's go and speak with Lamon to take on his quest entitled Succulent Secretions. Lamon has a job to do, and he's hoping you will do it for him. Because of course. Looking for work by any chance? I'm supposed to be draining water out of these plants with these siphons, but I could use some help. As you probably noticed, the whole area is lousy with all sorts of hostile creatures, which means this is not a job for the faint of heart. I'd be fine if siphoning the water didn't take so long. While I'm waiting, I'm easy prey. If you could go in my place, I'll see that you're properly rewarded. Okay. And so away we go again. Yeah, heading out this way. Yeah, trying as much as possible to avoid being attacked. But then again, that's usually how it goes with these quests. Oh, stay away from me. Stay away from me. Yeah, let's get the siphon up before the lizard attacks. Whoa! Just barely. Yeah, that was close before I'd be forced to use my weapon on him. And yeah, just like that, boom, task's done. Yeah, that was quick and painless. Yeah, there are quite a number of quests like this that are just very simple like that. So let's turn this back over to Lamon. Finished already? Yep, right over here. Here you go. Satisfied? Very impressive. Are you sure you haven't done this before? Now you might be wondering why we go through the effort of siphoning from plants. There are easier ways to get water after all. Well, this stuff has a certain sweetness that comes in handy when making medicines. They tend to taste quite bitter, so this takes the edge off. Not that it makes the treatments any more effective, but the patients certainly seem to appreciate it. You have our thanks. And you're quite welcome, so I'll take experience skill, plus caramels, which are meant for healers. So that's 2 of the side quests done, 2 more to go. Let's now speak with this bleary-eyed guard to take on his quest entitled From Darts Till Dawn. The bleary-eyed guard appears to be suffering from a lack of sleep. You're one of Alice's friends, aren't you? I hear you have a knack for putting down troublesome beasts. Yeah, indeed we do. I'm not sure if that includes the supernatural, but walking courses known as Gilman have been running amok outside the south entrance. They grab anyone who wanders too close and drag them under the sand. I almost fell victim to them myself and I was lucky to escape. Thing is, I dropped my mother's pendant as I fled and I'd do anything to get it back. She was a patient here, you see, and it's all I have to remember her by. Luckily we found that enchanted dots from a blowgun and send the Gilman back to whichever hell they crawled from. My plan is to rush in and grab the pendant, so while you shoot those undead bastards from a distance. So will you help me? Yeah, this one's a little more unique. I knew you would. Come on, let's get this over with. So away we go. Yeah, this one's a little different. This is using something with a targeting mechanism on it. But this one works a little differently. You'll see why in a moment. I'm fairly certain I dropped the pendant by those ruins over there. As soon as I found it, I'll race back to the inn. In the meantime, I'll need you to keep the Gilman off my back. Here goes nothing. So yeah, we're gonna have to use the blowgun in a very different way. If any Gilman appear, shoot them with the enchanted darts. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the Gilman and use the blowgun with X. But yeah, this is a little different than your regular targeting, because here, yeah, we gotta use them to do a speed element. I think I got him. Nope. Uh-oh. Oh, just in time. He was about to catch the guy. But yeah, that's the first time you have to use a speed element. And if you don't get all three in time, then it's not going to work. And also, you may have noticed that there's a break in the action between shots, so you can't just spam blowgun darts. And so back to the guard. Huh, they didn't like that very much, did they? And best of all, I got the pendant. Do you know, I've never seen such fine aim with a blowgun. The secret though lies in the darts. They were excavated from the ruins of Nabath. According to the historians, these same darts were used by the Nabath to destroy Gilman all those years ago. There were whole stockpiles of the things, in fact. Anyway, that's enough about ancient history for one day. More importantly, I'd like to thank you for all you've done. Please accept this thanks and give Alice my regards. Well, you're quite welcome. And we have one more side quest to do with Wilford here, so let's take on his quest entitled Like a Tons of Bricks. Wilford has the expression of a man awaiting imminent disaster. Excuse me, but I was wondering if you could help. One of the merchants from Mordsuk is on his way, bringing much needed supplies. The problem is, the wares we're offering in exchange have yet to arrive. If it were anyone else, they could be persuaded to wait, but this particular Mord has a reputation for being extremely impatient. He has even been known to call deals off over the smallest of quibbles. I'd be grateful if you could find out what's causing this delay. While you search for the porter, I'll try to buy some time. Alright. Many thanks. The delivery is expected to come from the southwest. Godspeed. Alright, let's go and find the man. See if we can't help him out a little. And also, hello to all of the new viewers who are joining us this morning. Thanks so much for being part of Shadowbringers Live. Please make sure you help support the stream by leaving a like, subscribing if you haven't done so, and letting people know on social media what's going on. Facebook, Twitter, whatever you may have, to let them know what's going on. Your support is always encouraged and greatly appreciated. So let's roll over to the porter here. Sorry, didn't see you there. Is there something you want? Well, actually there is. Wilford sent you. Bloody hells, am I that far behind schedule? Anyway, these sacks contain half of our deal. Well, maybe a bit more than that. I got carried away and brought too much to carry by myself. It's a miracle I made it this far. Do you think you could help me cover the last stretch of the journey? Not far to go now, and these things are heavy, so watch your back. Remember, bend at the knees. So yeah, we have our first instance of a quest that we actually also did back in Stormblood, where we have to carry something from point A to point B without dropping it. So we have to get this back to Journey's Head in 60 seconds. And if we take any damage from enemies, we'll take a 10-second penalty. And so, here we go. Yeah, not easy when you have to run right next to all the Gilman. Gotta put up with all these zombies and their antics. Yeah, I'm getting pushed out here quite a bit. But as long as they stay away from me, we're all good. As well as the ants on the right. But it looks like we'll be fine. Just gotta make sure it gets to the person who needs them. And of course, if you don't make it in time, you have to start over. So, go around here, speak with the merchant. Hello there.
Late! If your friend did not pour such delicious tea, I would have taken my wares back to Mordsuk. Next time you won't be so lucky.
Well, we definitely dodged a bullet, though. Hey, Wolfort. That was a near thing if I ever saw one. I dread to think what we'd do without these supplies. Although I must say, I didn't expect that you would end up carrying the goods here yourself. That sack was full of adobe bricks, you know. Well, this is a strong male Aura. I think he can handle it. Considering that they're only made from clay mixed with water and straw, they last an incredibly long time. Even those excavated from the ruins are still perfectly adequate for building work. In fact, the more plan to use them in repairing their windmills. Still, bricks are bricks, far from the easiest things to carry over long distances. Perhaps next time we'll send more than one person to transport them. I think that's a good idea. Now that I think about it, this whole thing was very poorly planned. We're lucky we had you to help us on the occasion. Hopefully it won't happen again. And so there we go. All the side quests are now finished here in the inn, so now let's resume the main story by speaking with Alice's friend Tesleen to take on the level 70 main story quest entitled A Purchase of Fruits. Tesleen has the air of a woman being pulled in 10 directions at once.
I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What? And twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help you with.
Yeah, leave it to us.
I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pernil, Toddin, and Holwick. They may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new.
So yeah, here they all are right over here. Starting with Pernil. Yeah. An elderly gentleman over here.
Thank you.
And then Toddin. Yeah. Let's give a little miming action to help you out. Toddin glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face seizes slightly. And as for Holwick. Yeah, Holwick is a little Aura boy over here. And he's the one we're going to have a cutscene with. Holwick remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin to plaster. Is that why he looks so cold and lifeless? Alright, back over to Tesleen.
You've seen to the patients. How were they?
Well...
Good, that's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I'm concerned about Holwick, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Shinji to Mold-Suk if you have any errands there that need doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Kassad's caravan just passed through, so Ronron's should have some fresh fruits.
Alright then.
Come then, Shinji. There's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ronron's stall, of course.
Alright then, so back to Mold-Suk. So let's warp back over there. Yeah, thankfully it's not that far of a journey for us when you're warping. So yeah, heading back over to our old friend Ronron and his fancy food from last night. Hey Ronron.
Oh, back again, are you? You need another taste of Ronron's wares?
I think we're good.
Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge.
Well, thank you so much.
Gods, I've never seen a Maud merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here?
Well, it was more of a gift than anything.
Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well.
Yeah, you like that stuff?
Hmm? Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms if you please. Only the best regulars for you. Come again, my friends.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the aetheroid to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top.
Alright. So she wants to take us over there. So let's go ahead and follow. Oh, up the stairs. Yeah, I didn't even notice what I was running into. I was just so focused. Yeah, here we are.
Here are your precious worms. That busts us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not?
Oh, you used it as a favor.
Please, Regulus! You actually brought them! I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Only once! Never fails, shall we?
And so... yeah, let's take a visit to the top. And check out this desert landscape.
Look, over there, where the wall is broken.
Over there?
Do you see what lies beyond?
Yeah, there's actually water over there.
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness.
Oh, it's not water, it's just more crystal. It looks
Life
like water.
cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance.
And so? What's on your mind?
That nectarin you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit.
Oh, it is. Yeah, like, I had no idea. Yeah, this thing?
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true.
That's not good.
Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
And you wish you could help them? Also, should I still be holding this out?
They all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals.
Oh, wow. You're like, really? That's how we kill them?
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Oh, yeah. But you were telling Corinne that. Yeah, not a promise you kept very well, was it?
Let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
Oh, yeah.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
Yeah, are we really gonna do this to a kid?
On which note, It's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Yeah. This is a very cruel thought. So back at the bottom.
I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Oriange's lecturing. And I needed you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. And it isn't just a threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards and will spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against the fate worse than death.
So let's go ahead and head on back over to the inn. And so upon our return, let's go ahead and speak with Tesleen to give her the fruit that we obtained.
You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find the nectarine?
Indeed, we did. Here you go.
Thank you. Alice has explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others and we've decided to keep an eye on Holrook for now. Thanks to you though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days.
Yeah, it's still a pretty creepy thought. So let's go ahead and move on to Tesleen's next main story quest entitled The Time Left to Us. Tesleen makes an effort to smile brightly.
Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat and I'll make us a nice stew.
Alright, thank you. And so sometime later, Alice and I in conversation. All the while we hold on to the nectarine.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you needn't have gone to the trouble. Or I'll have another bowl. Well, yeah, you needn't have gone to the trouble.
Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get.
I guess so.
I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs.
Having a look over there.
I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death.
Yeah,
When
she's
my
got a lot on her
mother
mind.
finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
Well, that's good to know at least. Yeah, this nectarine is really occupying our attention, isn't it?
It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
Well, they're not here anymore.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it.
Well, I'm sure they could.
Warrior of darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea.
Almost sounds like a prayer.
Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Yeah, he does.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
You really think so? As we check out the other people in the inn. What are we all looking at? Did we hear something?
They're coming.
Apparently so.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, that's not good. If he's gone missing...
Shinji, Ali say we have to go look for Holvik. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone... We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before, but it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Holvik isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Holvik, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west, then. You take everything from here to the south.
So away to go the girls, and now we'll be on our way too. Yeah, let's hope he has not gone too far. Because yeah, there are enough dangerous things around here as it is. Yeah, trying to avoid the lizards and the ants is hard enough. Especially when you're a little boy like Halric. Let's try and find him around here. You see no sign of Halric, maybe he went further west. Alright, back over this way. Yeah, we're picking up everything along the way. At least now we're not picking up the zombies. Yeah, you turn right back around. Yeah, I'm trying to find a little boy here. Hopefully you have not done anything to him. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric and suddenly find yourself under attack. Yeah, again hit from a scorpion. Now take this. Let's get this scorpion out. Yeah, you're going down, man. Take this and spin through. And for too long, you're down. Alright, go. Yeah, we had to fend off something. Hopefully it didn't get Halric first. Yeah, the search continues as the horde of Gilman continue relentlessly to come all after us. And so now we gotta go in between sandsuckers and lizards. Yep, we're gonna have to fight. Yeah. I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice as soon as I can fight. Alright. Go! Alright, then we're gonna load up if we don't get him on this turn. Nope, we got it. Alright, keep looking. And now we're in cutscene. Checking the area out. Where is he?
Any sign of him?
Yeah, no such luck.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can't hesitate at all here. Did we find him? Nope, but we did find a Sin Eater though. Maybe if we chase after him? Or her?
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Yeah, you got it. Let's go. Yeah, run you two, run! Yeah, after that Sin Eater.
There it is!
Yeah, he's found Halric.
Is that... Oh no!
Hopefully we can save him. Or maybe not.
Halric!
This is not gonna end well. Unless Tesleen comes to the rescue. Yeah, chops off a wing. Yeah, take that.
We have to run!
But then... Yeah, you take off a wing, I put my sword through you.
No!
Ouch. Yeah, she just got the Sephiroth treatment. And he just looks at her like, yeah, whatever.
We all deserve happiness. Wherever we can find it.
Yeah.
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Yeah. And then the sword is removed. And what happens next is gonna be pretty nasty. Yeah, you think screaming in pain is bad enough? Yeah, we were told about this, and now she's literally puking light on the ground. And he just looks at her like this is a horror story. And that also looks like it's from a horror story. Yeah, her skin is literally eroding away. And so is everything else. And what's left is a cocoon of feathers. And then within this heartbreaking cocoon is a brand new Sin Eater. And yeah, you can see how awful it looks.
No!
Yeah, we could not save her. Yeah, even with a broken wing, she's flying away. And it's gonna take her new acquisition with her.
Forgive me, Alice.
And now, void of any control of her own mind, away she goes, leaving Alice Seda be in complete pain and sorrow. Yeah, one torn wing and one sword that's now deprived of its owner. And what do you mean that makes you laugh? Jashuka? Ah! Yeah, not much to say from Alice.
I'm sorry, Shinji. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lead on. Not like this.
Yeah, we have to break the news on her behalf. Yeah, really, Jashuka?
It's just so unfair. Tesleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate.
Yeah, she probably did not want that, especially for herself, especially knowing what happened to her mother. Well, Fort, I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial, and she cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Yeah, and all that's left for us is to talk with Ulrich one last time to end this quest. But yeah, it's not like we've had much to say to Ulrich, even when Tesleen was getting turned. Ulrich is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Senior Eaters made their escape. And it's on that we get our experience in Gil. And with that, we'll now move on to a despondent Alice to take on the next main story quest entitled Tears on the Sand. Alice is lost in grief, and with good reason. Yeah. Try and reach out to her or say that you spoke with the carers.
Thank you. Whatever you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me.
Hey, you two. Sorry to interrupt her. We hadn't realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Ulrich. You weren't hurt at all, were you? No, we were fine.
Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Ulrich back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you'll forgive me for leaving you and that you will delay Ulrich's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can.
Yeah, they're both like, what? We always do.
Of course, she would have done the same.
And so now...
Farewell, Ulrich. Keep Tesleen's words close to your heart.
Yeah, if he could even say anything. But yeah, he's always been a mute like that.
Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand he must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty? Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damned light, building without cease, is the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better.
Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world.
That's right.
Well, she's usually dead set on things like this.
We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I've gained here to hurt them.
Alright then. Yeah. Sorry to leave you two, but... yeah. Once the skull's set her mind on something, she's not changing it. So let's go ahead and teleport back to Moritsuk since it's closer. And from there, we will continue on. Away we go. Yeah, we have to head on back now to rejoin Odyssey at the Red Sarai so that we can ride on back over to the Crystarium. Yeah. So yeah, both Alpha Note and Odyssey have their stories end on sad notes. Alpha Note with standing up to the authority in Yulmore, and Odyssey was seeing her new best friend turn into a Sin Eater. Yeah, all told, neither twin is very happy right now. The Heart's Beat? That's a title I've never seen before. Probably a title gained here in Shadowbringers. Hey, Odyssey?
Forgive me, Shinji. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battled against this blight with kindness, I must fight it in my own way. With steel.
From Eorzea's sword in darkness to Novaura's sword in the light, or say nothing. Yeah.
Gods above, it feels like an age ago now.
Miss Odyssey, is there anything I can get you?
Your swiftest tomorrow. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately.
All's you wish. So yeah, we've come back and now we're about to reunite the twins. Hey, Odyssey.
Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amarang again, and I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe out the Sin Eaters. Shall we?
And so away we go. Head on back to the Ocular. So over to the Docile Gate once again. And from there we will go and see the twins back together after a year apart. So, hey there, Gatekeep, how have you been? It's been a while. Hey there, Odyssey. Let's talk to you.
Thank you for seeking me out, Shinji. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. And looking at Alpha Note, I'd say he's eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay out our experiences before the Exarch and step back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where to go from here.
And so with that, Odyssey's storyline is now finished. And so that means now we can move on and speak to the Crystal Exarch. And as you may have noticed, all of our efforts have now gotten us halfway to level 72. So we'll be coming back here in a moment to see what the Crystal Exarch has to say. That was a long one. Plus also I have to normalize here too. Yeah, Jashuka, how can you be so cold? Yeah, how can you be so cold there, Jashuka? I mean, given that this poor boy is dying and has pretty much resigned himself to defeat, and the person who took care of him more than anyone else got transformed before his very eyes into the very one of the very things that is gonna eventually make him the same way. Yeah, not cool, dude. Not cool. Yeah, my arms are really feeling tired right now. Which is not good when we're trying to play a video game and streaming it all day for people. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I had to wait to use the washroom as well, while also waiting for my video file or audio file to render. But now that's taken care of, we can now move on. So, now that we've reunited the twins, let's go ahead and move on to our next main story quest with the Crystal Exarch, the level 71 challenge entitled The Light Wardens. The Crystal Exarch welcomes you back to the Crystarium. Yeah, hello there.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Yeah, should we tell them what we've
Better is
seen?
not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you.
Yeah.
But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness.
Oh, really?
Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist.
And so, what are we going to do about it?
Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmur might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters.
I would think so too. As we welcome a new viewer to the channel, Numeri Najar. Welcome to Let's Play Novaura Autism. Welcome to stream. Glad to have you with us here
command
today.
of the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmuran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Yeah. Are you sure eliminating the Wardens will be enough, or I'm not sure I follow? Yeah. Are you sure this will be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
We're getting warped to his world. Yeah, we've been here before. Or at least Corinne has.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy.
Yeah, meaning what exactly?
Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source.
Yeah, so
And
there it
such an
goes.
influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold.
Well, as someone who enjoys winter, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind the latter.
As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds.
Well there, Numire, I always make it a point to greet new people who come in to visit my YouTube channel. So, yeah, it's something that I always do whenever I'm streaming. Yeah, we got damage. We got damage over here.
What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
Yeah, we've known about these.
7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Yeah, in other words, there are other worlds out there that have been completely destroyed, and there's nothing of them left. As we're seeing all of these worlds, one by one, being taken away. For one reason or another, some sort of apocalypse befell it, and now it's getting taken away from the system. So yeah, as you mentioned, this happened 7 times in 7 different worlds. And yeah, as you can see, there are not many worlds left.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Novaura, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
Alright.
We've been
Have you
doing
already
our
played all
best
the way
to
through?
take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Who goes there? Oh, hello.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements.
Uh-oh.
They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
That's not good. Yeah, we better do something about that.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
I hope they heard that.
My lord.
And so away she goes.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
You're like, alright, we're in. Because, yeah, we've seen what the Sin Eaters can do. So let's go ahead and speak with the Exarch again. Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Excensa Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. Alright then. So we gotta leave, and then we're gonna head on out of town. Well, so far for me, Numira, I have to say that I'm enjoying how the story is going. Plus, I also enjoy how fluid the pace of play is. As far as the side quests are concerned, you don't have to get overrun with... When you do a single side quest, you're not overrun with doing a whole bunch of multiple tasks and going to multiple destinations in order to do something, unless it specifically says for you to do that. Alright, so upon arrival back in Lakeland, the place where we started our journey. So yeah, so far I'm in on an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I've also heard people saying that the pace of the story is too slow. But I think they're probably saying that because of the fact that the game kind of encourages you to do the side quests that we've been doing. And so as a result of that, I think they do have a point in that they because the game does encourage the use of side questing and leveling roulettes and other roulettes in order to build up enough experience in order to beat the bad guys. Yeah, me personally, I haven't found really any issue with the pace of the game. Yeah, it's all good for me so far. So let's reunite with the Exarch.
All set. If we follow this road north, we will arrive at the northern staging points. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now.
Alright, away we go. Have you ever played MMOs before? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, have you played games like Fallout or Skyrim or World of Warcraft or anything of that nature? Hey there, Shima, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So yeah, let's go up to where the northern staging point is. It's actually pretty far away because this map is really huge. Oh, you haven't? Okay. Because yeah, as far as Final Fantasy XIV is concerned, where we are is currently in what would be considered the 4th expansion of the game. So there was 1.0 back in 2010, and then they had in 2013 their reboot / expansion, which was A Realm Reborn. Then 2 years after that, their next expansion, their second expansion, was Heaven's Ward. Then in 2017, they came out with their third expansion, known as Stormblood. And so we just now, this past week, have seen the launch of Shadowbringers in early access, and its official launch was yesterday. No, no, you got that wrong there, Shima. He asked me to rate the game from 1 to 10. Yeah, he was telling, yeah, he just mentioned that he's never played the game before, and he hasn't played any other MMOs. So he was asking me to rate the game and what I've seen from it to this point. Alright, Exarch. So yeah, just beyond this gate.
Holminster Switch is past these gates and through the woods. 'Tis not exactly a near neighbour to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that the Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden.
Apparently someone's a fan of Lord of the Rings.
Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends?
Yeah, what does happen?
They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence will dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile aether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the gods stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if...
Yeah, do as he says.
Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you.
Very well. Very well. Then our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Leviers, Captain Lena, and last but not least... yeah, the man in the middle, the man of the hour, the warrior of light.
A formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill.
And so with that taken care of, we now have access to our first Shadowbringers dungeon in this game, Holminster Switch. The instance dungeons encountered in Shadowbringers' main scenario quest can be completed solo, alongside a supporting party of NPCs. To make use of this feature, simply speak with one of your NPC companions near the entrance to the instance and select the option to form a party. When forming a party, you will need to follow the same role restrictions imposed when using the Duty Finder. Alternatively, you can find party members via the Duty Finder as usual and complete the instance with fellow players instead, which is how we're going to be doing it for the duration of the Let's Play. I would go in a party with the other people here, but that is not something I'm wanting to do due to issues with involving an NPCs getting involved in the Gimlet Dark, the last dungeon in Stormblood, where the NPCs were always in your way and you always had to cycle through in order to find an enemy to fight and kill. So because of that, we're not going to be using the NPCs in this run. We're only going to be relying on the faith and good assistance of the community itself. So let's go ahead. Shima, if you're available to help me play on Rie, we can do this dungeon together. I'll go ahead and save the first file from here real quick. It would have to be this, Numira. And no, I have not used trust yet for the reason I explained. But yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to trust in the trust system, if it is what you say it is. But yeah, Gimlet Dark really discouraged me from using the trust system. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring Shima into party. And wow, Olivier's already at 77 on his Gunbreaker. And yeah, Lou's already at 76 on his Samurai. Yeah, these guys are wasting no time. Well, I have played Skyrim as well, and it does take a while to get used to it because you need to build up enough experience levels to really have be standing a chance in some of the caves and other trials. But yeah, I haven't really done much in terms of open world games. Let's see if well, we can't ask Lou to join us because he's on standby, but we could ask Olivier. Yeah, and then all we would need would be a healer. Yeah, in fact, I dedicated a lot of time last year to playing Skyrim. And I definitely got a lot of good use out of it. But like I said, it took a while to get enough experience levels to be able to clear some of those dungeons and caves. But I am satisfied that I was able to accomplish what I did. Okay, so with 2 people at least level 76, and ourselves where we are, let's go ahead and get started. Well, I also do, I also have tried a variety of other games as well, not just RPGs or MMOs. Yeah, I've also been working on, I recently also finished Hollow Knight. I don't know if you're familiar with that game. It was a really popular indie game that was like a platformer, but also involved combat as well. Yeah, they call that sort of game a Metroidvania. Okay, Shima, I'll do it on someone else because I want to maintain consistency and flow with Shinji here. Never heard of Hollow Knight? Yeah, it's actually a pretty challenging game. You don't get game overs from it, but it is quite an action game to enjoy. You'll definitely be spending a lot of time on it. Alright, time to go inside. All Square Enix, huh, Shima? And so we've arrived at our first Dungeon of Shadowbringers Wholeminster Switch. Yeah, we see the village in the distance, but we gotta get through all those webs, all those sin eaters, all those cocoons. Yeah, you can see that it's gonna be a long way just to even get to the village. And so our party has arrived on the scene. So let's go ahead, since we picked up so much food, we might as well use some of it. Yeah, it'd be a shame to waste this stuff. So one thing you'll notice right away is that the healer did not cast Protect like they've done in dungeons in the past. That's because, sadly, Protect has been phased out. It's no longer available to use, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we got and fend for ourselves, as it were. Yeah, as you can see, this bear is staining its ground here. Now we're getting pulled all the way over here. Yeah, let's take it to these guys. Oh, he's dead. Good. And I got the extension on my attacks. Yeah, and as I mentioned before, you'll notice that Distant Battle is now a stat buff to me as compared to a stat affliction before for the enemies as it was in the past. Now we gotta get through all these wolves. Once this one's taken out, we're all good. So time to cross the river, move on to our next set of enemies. Yeah, they're blocking our path, and we need to take it down. I will say, I really love the music here for Wholeminster Switch. It really makes me think of, and I know I've said this before about other games, but it really makes me think of music from NFL films, from David Robidoux. He's definitely one of my favorite modern composers. Yeah, you could also put this music in any dramatic game of that nature. Whoa. Keep it going, keep it going. Yeah, everyone's moving. I'm trying to make sure I can get my buttons being used. Oh, wow. Yeah, there are 3 wolves hiding behind the 2 giant polar bears. Oh, healer, hold on. Meanwhile, Shima, take my Dragon Sight. Now, Dragon Sight has been changed, actually. It's been changed in a way that you can... It's no longer requires you to latch on to someone else to use it. You can now use it on yourself, but if you are fortunate enough to target someone else with it, then they'll get a buff too. So yeah, you're no longer forced to target someone else in order to use the Dragon Sight ability. So it's definitely very helpful in that regard. Alright, almost through these 2, or these 3 rather. Alright, there they go. And we're moving on. So there's the next barrier of webs we gotta get through. Yeah, this one comes with hatchlings. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go and, in a moment, go and use my Doomspike Sonic Thrust combo for group attacks. Yeah, it's perfectly set up for a situation like this because there's so many enemies here. Yeah, slowly but surely we'll get them taken down. Alright. The webs dissipate, and we've arrived at our first mini-boss. Coming down from the heavens is this thing. A Forgiven Dissonance. Let's take it on. So yeah, one thing that we learned very quickly about dungeons here in Shadowbringers as far as the mini-bosses are concerned is that they really like to spam AoEs, which you're going to see in a moment here. Yeah, brings out these 4 light orbs, and as you're going to see, they like to crisscross around the field, leaving you very little space to maneuver. And those things hang on for a long time. And they hang on for a long time, and you just have to put up with it as much as possible. And for those of you who have also noticed as well, Olivier is on the new warrior class of Gunbreaker. One of the 2 new classes introduced into the game, which we are going to show off later today. Yeah, when I come back later this afternoon, we will be showing off the 2 new classes. But we're gonna get through this dungeon first. So now the light orbs reappear. And they're gonna go over this way. Yeah, not many safe spaces to stand. Thankfully, these orbs dissipate before she gets off her attack. Then she dashes over there. Don't have anything yet to give. Alright, there we go. Good. Yeah, we've already got the distance down past the 3rd. So another Brazen Bull means more light orbs appear. This time the AoE from the boss appears first. Yeah, she just dashes across the field. Yeah, and then not much room to maneuver over here either. Alright, take this. But stay a little far away. Alright, get back on it as we're down to the last 10%. Get a little extra push for the kill. And there we go. First mini-boss down. So since this level 71 gear is item level 390 and it's weaker than what I currently have, we will not be using it. So now we go from Final Fantasy XIV to the Legend of Dragoon. Yeah, it's the village of Celeste and it's burning to the ground courtesy of the Black Monster. But of course, here in Final Fantasy XIV, the monsters are white, not black. Yeah, Celeste is my village! Alright, there you are. Ooh, nice. 28,000 points on the crit hit. Almost there. There we go. And let's take the rest of them out. Yeah. And in case you're wondering what's going on with the crops out there and the livestock, that's not livestock. That's just more Sin Eaters waiting to be hatched. Yeah. As you probably saw from earlier, what happened with Tesleen, those are cocoons for Sin Eaters to come out of and emerge from. Yeah, not exactly the sort of thing we want to be having to witness again. Especially after we saw what happened with Tesleen. Alright, little battle litany for you guys. Then load up for a full thrust. Yeah, now I've got its attention. But we got it down. Alright, now over this way. And then over here to finish off. Oh, hello there. Yeah. Yeah, this bull coming in charging. Oh, I heard that one. Definitely heard that one. Yeah, they're even shouting at us that all you do is in vain. We beg to differ. That's why we're here in the first place. Alright, into the air. Get that Mirage Dive going. And go for it. Also, I have sampled a little of the original Assassin's Creed. My aunt used to play video games too, and she used to have Assassin's Creed for the PlayStation 3. So I tried it a little bit. Like, it's okay, but it's not something I'm really all that interested in. Go. Let's see what happens when we get these guys. Dragonfire Dive to whoop. Yeah, so far so good. Big guy goes down. And his little friends are going to be soon following him. Okay, got one down, there we go, and now for the other. And thus the gate is open and we can move on to the second mini-boss, who might actually be a familiar face to all of you. Yeah, Tesleen is back, but now we gotta fight her in her Sin Eater form. So yeah, the poor girl who we failed to save is now someone who we are forced to fight against. So let's go ahead and hit the limit break. Yeah, this is a painful thing we're being forced to do, but we don't have a choice. Yeah, this poor girl we tried to save ends up like this, and then everything goes bad. And in this case, for Tesleen, from bad to worse. So yeah, you probably noticed how that particular mechanic works. It works like Ravana, where people will get targeted and the enemy will fight targets and charge after them in a certain order. Oh, stack mech. Oh, wait, we're gonna take this. Oh, Peter, where are you going? Oh, great, now I got no room to maneuver. Yeah, Hina, what were you thinking? But yeah, as you can see, now Tasleen has left a whole bunch of puddles of light on the ground. And it's not easy for us to get around this. They do go away eventually, like right now. Yeah, they do go away eventually, but it sure takes them their sweet time to do so. I hit you with another not strong. Here you go, Shima. Alright, get a little more weakening on her. We've got her now past half health. And get another Gears Polka going. Yeah, we're sort of have to do this to you, Tasleen. Like, we knew what you were trying to do. We knew what kind of sacrifice you were making. Yeah, everyone in the middle. Now we gotta scatter. Over here to safety. Alright, she's gonna go for a dash attack again. And then it comes to me. Yeah, so it is really interesting that this game, as far as its bosses are concerned, like, Tasleen here will reintroduce mechanics you've seen before, but you just probably have not seen in a long time. It's just a way of refreshing your memory. I like that sort of thing. But what I don't like is the fact that we're about to finish what we started here for the poor girl, and she's dead for good. And thus, poof, there she goes. And now, into the village itself. Yeah, more people are being chased, but they couldn't be saved. Yeah, this scener caught them, turned them all. Ooh, for me? Thank you. Yeah, it's a small consolation with what we just saw. Oops, get away, get away. Then we're gonna have to let that one go. But keep on going, guys. You're doing great. Yeah, as if we haven't seen enough people get turned into Sin Eaters before our very eyes. Oh, come on! Yeah, and ultimately I was hitting the wrong guy anyway. Alright, so they're dead, but the remnants of the damage they caused is still being seen. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill everything here. Yeah, you see that this pile and that pile and that pile in the back? We gotta beat them and kill them all. We gotta put them all out of their misery. Keep on pounding on here. Here's Shima, take another Dragon Sight. Alright, you're down. I'm gonna leave my stunning for the next group, which is gonna be over here. There we go. Alright, keep it going, guys. Into the air. And then Gears Kogel and Nastron. Oh, welcome back there, Elizabeth. Yeah. Feel the pain. that pack is down. Now for these guys. And we gotta gear Pogo very quickly. Alright, nothing as of yet. Oh, step back. And then jump back in. Alright, big one's down. Now we take care of the little guys. Alright, we're almost there. Alright, mission accomplished. And so now that they're all gone, it's time for us to move on to our destination for the final boss. Because, yeah, more people are still running. It's a good thing you were running away from the danger instead of running into it. Thank you for all the gifts. And now we've arrived at the destination for the first final boss of Shadowbringers. And this time they even come with their titles and names at the intro. It's time for us to defeat Philia, the first Light Warden that we're going to be confronting. So let's get ready to do this. I do have Battle Litany available at the start. And so we're off. Lots of... You're going to see a lot of big attacks from this guy. He really likes those. $23,000 on a crit hit. Yeah, Pendulum will always target the tank, but then he also provides the secondary effect of having a Shockwave AoE. And he really likes to do this to me. Chain down. This will immobilize me. And so, just like with Gilgamesh, this has to be taken down. But it doesn't matter where you stand, unlike with Gilgamesh, where it's weakened if you're standing further away, which I appreciate very much. Yeah, for whatever reason, every single time I've come to Holminster Switch, whether it be with Mathia or Corinne, and now Shinji, that chain always targets me. Plus, he also likes to use this fancy attack that Mustadio used over at the Orban Monastery. Yeah, there has never been a time when a chain attack has not been used against me. Ever. Like, I don't know what it is with Philia and why he has such a problem that he has to take it out on me. Oh, into the light, that's a stack mech. And continue. Get ready to load up. There we go. Half health. And then single target followed by Shockwave. Alright, now here is the most annoying thing that Philia does. He does this attack where he goes to the front with a really powerful attack, but also has a tail AoE behind him that is shaped in a fan. And this is his enrage. You have to continuously be moving along, trying to avoid him in the front and the back so that you don't end up dying. Because if you get hit by it, it does massive damage like it just did to the healer. I don't know what the healer was thinking, but thankfully, Philia's finally out of enrage. Over here, over here. Over here. Oh, now we gotta come over here to avoid that move. Yeah, like I said, it's just like the Stadio. Alright, we have double limit break on standby. Let's go ahead and use it. Oh wow, I'm not actually being targeted this time! What a concept! But we still have to save Shima. Yeah, for once, it didn't target me. And Philea's down to 10%. One last boost to push through to the end. Let's do this. Yeah, when I tried this the first time, we really had a hard time with this guy. But we've learned from our mistakes, and now we have defeated our first Light Warden and our first final boss in a dungeon in Shadowbringers. Yeah, look at that ugly purple tongue it has. Victory is ours. Yeah, there's no celebration of victory. Yeah, just a grim look on our face. As our friends from the Scions and the Exarch all come to say hello. Yeah, hey guys, we did it. So yeah, this is all that's left of this thing. Yeah, look how nasty that purple tongue is. Yeah, if actually it starts out blue, then it turns purple. Alright, let's be on our way on out of here. And so, after our victory... Yeah, here's what we knew was gonna happen.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain.
Why not?
Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
How? Yeah, it's starting to disperse its energy.
The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you.
Yeah, we'll find a way to stop it. Yeah, as we look at its raw power. Yeah, I'll take you on. Yeah, we just look at it. We're gonna have to do more than just look at it. Yeah, it's chosen us as its new host, apparently. I don't think this is what we wanted. And we emerge. Holy cow, we're not a Sin Eater! And in fact, that's not all we can do. Yeah. Shoot the light into the heavens! And wow, we can actually see the stars!
The monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
It's like, what? Yeah, the eternal light is gone, and all we see now are stars. Yeah, and this is not just isolated over at Holminster Switch. Over at the Custarium, yeah, they undoubtedly have seen this too. And everyone's rushing out to see what exactly has happened. Yeah, people, the beast tribes, the kids. Yeah, this is all something of a novelty to them.
It can't be.
Yeah, well, it can.
It's so beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, Moren, what do you make of all this?
Sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Wait, what? Also, hey, Don, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, and back at the Switch.
Is that what I think it is?
Oh yeah, they're called stars.
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people?
Well, we could tell ya.
You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true.
Yeah, behold. We somehow did it. You're taking a knee to me?
My lord?
Yeah. Why are you bowing to me?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete.
You mean we're not done?
Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains.
So it's not just here.
Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will.
Yeah, something we know all too well.
I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed. But for the present, I beg you, stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
Yeah, we're like, I'll become the warrior you need, or it sounds like a glorious adventure, but it seems like we have no choice. Yeah, let's be the warrior you need. Yeah, very well, we'll do this. And meanwhile, in the background...
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
Yeah, we deserve to know. Out with it, man.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll.
Perhaps.
Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, We will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Indeed we will.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
And so, away we go with our newly bestowed titles. Hey Petey, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and speak with the Exarch here in order to complete this particular quest. How quickly you have justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, and the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a larger struggle perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. And so with that, we'll take our half-minute experience points. And so there we go. And we now have trust parties unlocked. You can list NPC companions to visit complete instances by opening the trust interface located under duty in the main menu. But we still have to go back to town. Yeah, and while the light may no longer be around, we have a driving rain in its place. Let's go and speak with the Exarch again. Crap. Let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, my bad. But they're already gonna force me to... Well. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I meant to skip the cutscene and relive that for you. Ugh. Yeah, I'll show it in post. Yeah, that sucks. It kind of does, doesn't it? So yeah, we're back in town. Yeah, that's a shame that I can't discontinue the quest, but like I said, I'll show this again in post. Let's go ahead and speak with Alpha Node. Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there's something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Alright then. Sleep well, Shinji. I hope untroubled dreams find you and Alice both. Alright, so heading on back over towards the Universalis. So yeah, this is what the evening music sounds like in game. So yeah, let's go ahead and rehook up with Bragi again. Hi, what can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern like every other stumbling soul in the city? Yeah, you haven't had to turn the lights on in a long time, have you? You must be saving a lot on your hydro bill. I see. Well, Captain Lena can rest assured that any potions I spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment. If you're carrying messages to the guard, does that mean you were there then? The battle at Holminster? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Stairs, make himself known. I'm sure Glennard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. So yeah, and those opportunities are going to be right over here. Yeah, here's Glennard. Hello there. bump my mic, sorry. Yeah, this is what it looks like at night now. As we get a full pan around the area. So, more beer for table 2, and a couple of pints of meat for table 3 while you're at it.
Coming right up.
Yeah, what's all this about? Sorry, we rushed off the feet this evening, sir. Can I get you anything? Drinks around the house. Yeah, well, maybe we can talk to you about something. Oh, that braggy has a twisted sense of humor. Yeah, as we laugh about this. To think he'd send you to me at a time like this. The first real night in near 100 years has folk all riled up and then some. What's more was that there was that Eater business of Holminster Switch. They say a Light Warden was destroyed without a down trace, and it was the Warrior of Darkness who did the deed. Yeah, as we smile uncontentedly.
I really must apologize for Glenard. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers, and that's no small feat. A lot of our regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and the rumor of the warrior's appearance was a spark to their kindling.
Yeah, go on. You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees around the Queen. You need look no further than Holminster for proof of that. But attacks on that scale don't happen every day. Praise the blessed Shadow. No, the more common threats are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again Anita will leave the pack to prowl alone. Those are the ones you run into on the road if your luck is foul. They're a danger to everyone, so the Settlement Council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information.
Seems a few of them were inspired by the Warden slaying even more than most. They're the types who have their sights set on the absolute worst of the strays, a class of eaters that have been dubbed the Cardinal Virtues. The Virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago, and when historians heard the descriptions given by survivors, well, apparently they share an appearance with the villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill down your spine, they're also reported to be as tough as Light Wardens. Not the kind of prey you can take down single-handed. Our Virtue Hunters had all but given up, but knowing the Warrior of Darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them!
Yeah, let's have a look at our group.
That human over there with the oversized sword is Granson. He's in it for revenge. Wants to recruit a comrade-in-arms as tenacious as he is. The Mistel lad is Lurik. Don't be fooled by those dewy cheeks. He's as hard a hunter as they come. He lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Serig. Word is he seeks an expert in magecraft to help fight the virtue he's after. And last we have Giot, dwarf and drunkard both. Wanted to join forces with a healer and only a healer. Something about needing a mender's wisdom? I've seen my share of competent veterans and you have that look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters. Who knows? Together you might even collect the bounty on a Cardinal Virtue.
Now there's a grand idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn if we boasted the patronage of a successful Virtue Hunter. So we have now gained access to role quests. A separate questline and story is now available for tank, physical DPS, magical DPS, and healer roles. So yeah, these quests replace the job quests that we've seen in the previous 3 expansions. In order to reach the final stages of the Shadowbringers main scenario, you must complete at least one role quest line. Speak with a Virtue Hunter at the Wandering Stairs to accept a quest offer. But yeah, we'll get back to them eventually. So, oh yeah, here they are. So yeah, because we're playing as a Dragoon, as a physical DPS, we'll be teaming up with Lurik. But for now, we're going to make our way back over to the Pendants. Yeah, because it's here where we have to go complete the quest we started. Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city in such an uproar before you be retiring to your quarters? Yes, we will. Very good. In light of the present situation, I had illumination prepared for all our rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, sir. So we'll take our 500,000 experience points. And proceed to go back and chill out. So, just as we did before, when we first entered this room... Yeah, let's take a look outside. And gaze at the beautiful stars. Yeah, look at the smile on my face. And guess who's come back to say hello again?
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Yeah. Been watching, have you? Or these are my private quarters? Let's just humor him.
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden.
Yeah, like, why are we disapproving?
Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends, then? Through thick and thin?
Of course.
Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time?
Why are you asking?
I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
And so now that he's done telling us what he wanted to say, yeah, let's have the opportunity to check out elsewhere where we've found someone.
This is what the light was hiding.
Yes, it was, young lady.
He's here. I must go to him.
Yeah, she's standing right in front of the Crystarium. And she's gonna make her way there right now. But yeah, we're not done yet. Meanwhile, back over in Eorzea, at an Imperial Magitech facility. Yeah, the battle still rages on over in Eorzea.
Fan out and find them!
Yeah, someone's coming with their trusted lance. It's our good boy Estinian. Monfrere is on the charge. Take that, you.
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Yeah, who goes there also? Yeah, but hey, Monfrere, good to see you again. Gaius, hello.
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the Warrior of Light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
It always is.
My
much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it?
Of course he is. Been together for years.
Through no choice of my own. They tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause.
Really? I thought you just threw yourself in willingly to save Corinne's life.
I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Nowhere to be seen.
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
Yeah, we know what they're talking about.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
Because they're willing to go that far.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
Do you really want to know?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once.
Want to take a guess on what he wants to do?
Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
Oh, so you are aware of that.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
So you're going back home, huh? Not easily, obviously. Yeah, he did say Baldessian woman. And definitely wasn't a Taru. But we've earned the achievement Between Two Worlds. And so now, you'll notice that the main story quest is now locked out to us for the time being because even though we did all the quests and side quests, we did not accumulate enough points to get to level 72. But that's okay, I can do a dungeon roulette to put myself over the top while I take a break for a few hours. So we're going to go ahead and call things here, and I think it is a very appropriate place for us to stop for the time being. Plus, also, since we are now being given this new title, I think a costume change is in order. Time to go from 1.1 to 1.0. Yeah, if we're going to be given the title Warriors of Darkness, it's better that we look the part. And so, before we forge on with more quests, we're going to be deviating back to Eorzea when I join you later this afternoon to show off the two brand new warrior jobs that have been made available, Gunbreaker and Dancer, so you can see what they're all about. And then we'll rejoin you guys over here in the first and continue on with the story. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the morning portion of Day 2 of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers Live. I'll see you guys later this afternoon as we head on back over to Eorzea, get the 2 new jobs, then come back here and resume the story. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Novaura Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.